I bet you didn't know about China's hidden plan to conquer the Philippines. Today I will expose this plan and explain how we can counter it. A chill wind blows across the West Philippine Sea, carrying with it the whispers of conflict. The waves crash relentlessly against the shore, as if echoing the tension that simmers beneath the surface. While the world focuses on other crises, a silent storm brews in the Pacific, threatening to engulf the Philippines and destabilize the entire region. The storm clouds gather ominously, a harbinger of the turmoil that lies ahead. This is not mere speculation. This is a stark reality backed by intelligence reports and strategic analysis. Analysts work tirelessly, piecing together fragments of information to form a coherent picture of the looming threat. China, with its growing military might and insatiable territorial ambitions, has set its sights on the Philippines. The display of military power is not just for show, it is a clear signal of intent. A secret plan, long whispered about in hushed tones, has been uncovered, revealing a chilling blueprint for conquest. The details are meticulously laid out, leaving no room for doubt about the seriousness of the threat. The plan, pieced together from various intelligence sources, paints a grim picture. It is a complex web of strategies and tactics designed to achieve dominance through a combination of force and subterfuge. It outlines a multi-pronged strategy combining military intimidation, economic coercion, and diplomatic maneuvering, all aimed at bending the Philippines to its will. The economic graphs and charts reveal the extent of the pressure being applied, while diplomatic efforts seek to isolate and weaken the nation. Make no mistake, this is not just about disputed islands or maritime borders. The stakes are much higher, involving control over vast resources and strategic positions. This is about China's ambition to dominate the region, to control vital shipping lanes, and to project its power on a global scale. The cargo ships that traverse these waters are lifelines for global trade, and control over them means control over the world's economy. This is a wake-up call, a stark reminder that the world is a dangerous place, and that even in the 21st century, the threat of invasion and conquest is a chilling reality. Historical footage serves as a grim reminder of past conflicts, while modern-day exercises show that the threat is ever present. The Philippines, a nation known for its resilience and spirit, now faces its greatest challenge yet. The people go about their daily lives unaware of the storm that is brewing, but their spirit remains unbroken. The time for complacency is over. The clock is ticking and every second counts. The time for action is now. The world must stand together, united in the face of this looming shadow, to ensure that peace and stability prevail. The conflict between the Philippines and China is not a recent development. It has deep historical roots that stretch back many decades, if not centuries. This ongoing tension is fueled by territorial disputes and conflicting claims over the South China Sea, a region rich in resources and strategic importance. The waters are not just a point of national pride, but also a crucial maritime route for global trade. At the heart of this contention lie the Spratly Islands and Scarborough Shoal. These areas are not only resource-rich with abundant fishing grounds and potential underwater oil and gas reserves, but they also hold significant strategic military value. For the Philippines, the claim to these territories is based on a combination of proximity, historical usage, and international law. The United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, provides a legal framework that supports the Philippines' stance, emphasizing the importance of equitable resource distribution and maritime boundaries. China, on the other hand, asserts a historical right over nearly the entire South China Sea, demarcated by its controversial 9-dash line. This line, which appears on Chinese maps, encompasses vast swathes of the sea, overlapping with the exclusive economic zones of several Southeast Asian nations. The international community has largely disputed and rejected China's expansive claims. In 2016, a landmark ruling by an international tribunal in The Hague invalidated the 9-dash line, stating that China's claims had no legal basis under international law. This ruling was celebrated as a major victory for the Philippines, affirming their rights over the contested areas and providing a legal precedent for other nations with similar disputes. However, China has refused to acknowledge the tribunal's decision. Instead, it has chosen to solidify its presence in the region through a series of aggressive actions, including the construction of artificial islands and the establishment of military outposts. These artificial islands, equipped with military facilities, have become a symbol of China's determination to assert its dominance. Chinese fishing fleets, often accompanied by maritime militia, regularly patrol these waters, intimidating Filipino fishermen and disrupting traditional fishing grounds. This history of tension and mistrust forms the backdrop of the current crisis. The frequent maritime encounters and the protests in the Philippines highlight the deep-seated animosity and the potential for conflict. China's refusal to abide by international law and its increasingly assertive actions in the region have created a powder keg. The situation is precarious, with the potential to ignite a conflict that could have far-reaching consequences, not just for the Philippines and China, but for the entire region and beyond. Diplomatic efforts continue, but the path to a peaceful resolution remains fraught with challenges. In recent years, China's military expansion has been nothing short of alarming. Its defense budget has skyrocketed, now second only to the United States. This rapid modernization program has seen the development of advanced weaponry, including hypersonic missiles, stealth fighters, and aircraft carriers. But China's military ambitions extend beyond its borders. It has been aggressively expanding its presence in the South China Sea, transforming reefs and atolls into military bases complete with runways, hangars, and missile systems. These bases serve as forward operating locations, projecting Chinese power deep into the region and challenging the established regional order. China's actions have not gone unnoticed. Neighboring countries, including Vietnam, Malaysia, and Indonesia, have voiced their concerns, as have international powers like the United States, Japan, and Australia. The fear is that China's actions are not just about securing resources or asserting its claims, but about establishing regional hegemony, creating a sphere of influence where its word is law. The implications for the Philippines are particularly concerning. With its limited military capabilities, it faces a formidable adversary in China. The recent military exercises conducted by China in the South China Sea, often simulating attacks on islands, are a clear message, a show of force designed to intimidate and coerce. The plan, pieced together from intelligence reports, satellite imagery, and expert analysis, reveals a complex and multifaceted strategy. This strategy is not just a simple blueprint, but a meticulously crafted scheme that has been in the works for years. It involves various layers of tactics and maneuvers, each designed to complement the other and ensure the ultimate goal is achieved. Reveals a chillingly detailed strategy for bringing the Philippines to heel. It outlines a phased approach, combining military pressure, economic coercion, and diplomatic maneuvering, all aimed at systematically weakening the Philippines. The strategy is designed to be executed in stages, each building on the success of the previous one, ensuring a gradual but inevitable erosion of the Philippines' sovereignty, all aimed at undermining the Philippine government and paving the way for Chinese control. The first phase involves intensifying the pressure on the Philippines' economy. China could leverage its economic clout to destabilize the Philippine economy, using its vast resources and influence to create financial turmoil. This could involve a range of tactics, from imposing trade restrictions to manipulating currency markets, and even targeting key industries that are vital to the Philippine economy. Perhaps by restricting trade, manipulating currency markets, or targeting key industries. This would create social unrest and weaken the government's hold on power, leading to widespread dissatisfaction among the population. The economic instability would make it difficult for the government to maintain control, creating an environment ripe for external influence and intervention, making it more susceptible to Chinese influence. The second phase involves isolating the Philippines diplomatically. China could use its influence to dissuade potential allies from supporting the Philippines. This isolation would leave the Philippines vulnerable and alone without the backing of international allies. Diplomatic isolation would further weaken the Philippines' position on the global stage, making it easier for China to exert its influence. Facing the full might of China's military without any external support. The final phase, if necessary, would involve a swift and decisive military operation. This could take various forms, from a blockade of key ports to a full-scale invasion of strategic islands. The military strategy would be designed to quickly overwhelm the Philippine military forces, ensuring minimal resistance and a swift victory. From a blockade of key ports to a full-scale invasion of strategic islands, the goal would be to overwhelm the Philippine military, seize control of key infrastructure and force a swift surrender. The military operation would be the culmination of the previous phases, ensuring that the Philippines is left with no option but to capitulate to Chinese demands, seize control of key infrastructure and force a swift surrender. While the exact details of the plan remain shrouded in secrecy, the overall objective is clear. The plan is designed to bring the Philippines under Chinese control, effectively turning it into a vassal state. This would give China unchallenged dominance in the South China Sea, a region of immense strategic importance. The overall objective is clear: to bring the Philippines under Chinese control, effectively turning it into a vassal state. This would give China unchallenged dominance in the South China Sea, access to vital shipping lanes, and a strategic foothold in the heart of Southeast Asia. The implications of such a move would be far-reaching, affecting not just the Philippines but the entire region and beyond. Access to vital shipping lanes and a strategic foothold in the heart of Southeast Asia. The control of these shipping lanes would allow China to exert significant influence over global trade routes, further consolidating its power and position on the world stage. The strategic foothold in Southeast Asia would also provide China with a platform to project its military power and influence across the region, reshaping the geopolitical landscape in its favor.